Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this live stream event. My name is Alexia, and I am the event and project manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat, but before we begin, I'd like to quickly review two items, our code of conduct and event guidelines. First, please take a moment to review our code of conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And secondly, our event guidelines. This session is being recorded and will be available on demand through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. I will share the link in the chat for our channel. But if you've not been on a live stream on YouTube before, please note that you must create an account on YouTube in order to access and interact in the chat. You can set that up now, and if you're unable to use the chat but have questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or on Meetup. Which brings us to today's session. I'm going to bring in our speaker here live from the Reactor, Bruno. Hello, hello.
Hello. Everyone, I can hear myself in the back. So I am online. And hey, thanks everyone. Today is going to be, sorry, I'm in two windows there. I will just fix this. Today is going to be kind of a nice one. Let me share my screen here. Go to the stream because I want to basically have a set of new devices and I want to start to test them. I want to start to see how they work, what I can do with the devices. So I set up something at the Reactor. I usually do this at home. At the Reactor in Toronto, we are going to host a couple of events this weekend. So we're here organizing. So I decided, hey, maybe I can share my experience working with the devices, mostly from Seeedstudio, and let's see what we can build. And again, I don't have any script here. I don't have any slide. It's just myself using a new device here and trying to see how can I work, how can I code the device, which are the capabilities, and more. In order to do this, I set up, let me see, where is my cam? I set up a camera here, the one that you see there, kind of small. It's in my next table, so I am going to move things around and I'm going to see there. And the idea here is that I will try to use this so you can get a better view of the devices. So what I am going to do today, you probably seen when I did my Azure IoT series, creating the feeder for the squirrels, or when I create the smart doors and everything and others, I always use, most of the time I use devices from Seeedstudio. Seeedstudio is great. They are a great partner that we have for us. And what I like are a couple of things. Today I'm going to use, let me get here to my screen. I am going to use the Grove AI, Cast Vision, I think it's the name. So there it is. I'm going to use this device, which initially I think it was a camera. I was thinking it was a camera, but no, it's much, much more interesting because it's going to run. We can create AI models to detect objects, to detect people, detect faces, bodies, etc. We can deploy the models in this device. This is kind of running AI and machine learning models on the edge. And then we can connect to the device and get some, if we are running a face detecting model and we are accessing the camera, we can also see in this frame how many faces were detected or how many oranges or apple or squirrels. That's my next step that I want to do. So I really, really like the device. I also like the device because a couple of things. By the way, this is not open. This is here. Let me show the camera. This is brand new device for open, so I'm going to open it right now. And I also like the device for other reasons. Sorry for the noise. I didn't think that this is going to be noisy. So I like, hey, it's super cute, super curated there. I can open here. Let's remove the band stick. And this is the device. Hey, it's small, super small. And as you see, it has a USB-C in the bottom. I like it. And it's also have this groove, there it is, this groove connector, which is also super important for me. I like Seeedstudio, and one of the top reasons for me to like Seeedstudio is that they have a lot of sensors, a lot of devices, but they have this idea of groove. Groove is kind of a platform where you can connect the devices. You know, when we are doing ABCs in Arduino, basically the hello world of linking a LED. So you need to do some wiring, you need to do some connections. Sometimes you even need to do some resistor and some electronic components. So the idea with Groove is that you are going to have kind of a plug and play scenario. You don't need to worry about the wiring. And hey, if you are doing a lot of stuff, just using Groove, it saves a lot of time. So in example, let me go back here and show what I also like is this. Of course, in order to connect this, in order to connect to an Arduino sensor, to a Raspberry Pi, to a Raspberry Pi Pico, or to other devices, the Groove, and you have these wires, you need to have kind of the Groove shields. So for most of the popular Groove shields in all components, in all departments. So for most of the most popular devices, like in example, here we can see, there it is, zoom it. We can see here if you have a Xiao sensor, which is a super small and super powerful Arduino device, there is a shield here that you can get, and there is one also for the Groove shield for Pico. Then you have one for Microbit, for the Arduino Nano, for the Raspberry Pi. So it's super popular, and I like it. You just add this on top of your device, and then using cables like this one, super simple cables, 4-pin cables. That's it. You can connect and you can start to use this. So I like this. I like the camera because it has the USB-C for power, but you can also use the Groove here if you want to connect this to a device. So initially, my idea was to, hey, let's test this Groove idea. Let's test this in the Groove. And because I didn't want to carry around with a Raspberry Pi or with a lot of other devices, I decided, by the way, someone is asking about sharing the link. So I am going to ask Alexia to share a couple of links. Sorry about that. And by the way, I'm taking a look with a couple of seconds of delay to the chat. If you have a question, /suggestion, /help, feel free to share it with me. I will be happy to try to answer the question online. So this is the device I am going to use today. But in order to test it with a real Arduino device, I am not going to use an Arduino. I am going to use the super amazing YOLO terminal. There it is. And again, big fan of the YOLO terminal. There. Sorry, no, not navigate. Big fan of the YOLO terminal. I've done plenty of things with the YOLO terminal. My squirrel feeder is using the YOLO terminal. I really like it. You can see here in the camera. It's small. It's a super small device. It has a camera. It has a screen on the front. I think the resolution is 320 to 40. You have 3 buttons on top. You have a SD card reader on the sides. You also have capabilities here, like you can connect to a wireless network. You have Bluetooth 5, I think. You also have in the bottom, and this is what I like, you have in the bottom a USB-C connector and the Groove, 2 Grooves connector. So we can connect, we can do plenty of things with this. And hey, this is Arduino based. So all of the code, all of the stuff that we know from Arduino can be used here. So that's kind of the idea. And I see that, hey, Peter, hi from New York. Today I'm here in Toronto. Here in the back, I need to change. You can see I'm in Toronto. This is the CN Tower. So hey, hi to everyone. And again, my idea, I haven't tested this. I didn't do anything. But my idea today is to try to do something using the YOLO terminal and the camera. So what I usually do when I have a new device from Seeedstudio, and after they have this, they are super cool because you have here on the screen all of the technical description, everything that you need. I really was surprised when they delivered this. I was looking for a camera, but then I realized that, hey, here I can create my own models. They are going to be based on YOLO V5, I think. YOLO is a super popular object detection platform. Framework, I really can't define YOLO right now, but I think it's based on YOLO v5. And what we are doing, as far as I understand, again, I haven't read a lot, I haven't done anything, is we are going to do something which is called transfer learning, which is we are going to use YOLO as the base platform, and we can use our own set of images to basically improve or make a more customized, a more focused machine learning object detection model to detect what we want. And then we can deploy this to the device. And I really like this. Also, in the main documentation, they support the Xiao. As I said, Xiao. I didn't bring one. It's again, I have everything at home. Today I have a lot of funny stuff here, but support Xiao series, super small and super popular and great devices. And same with the Raspberry Pi and Arduino. You probably know this. They are super popular, which I like. So yes, you have, here is the documentation about YOLO, algorithm to detect. It's going to use the V5. I like it. There is also kind of a step-by-step to do this, not now. I will do this later, but literally sometimes here at the bottom, okay, we have this is important. The I2C interface is the one that we are going to use to connect this to the to the device. And hey, we can use the Arduino one. So that's going to be kind of nice because this is going to be the stuff that I plan to use and test on the device. So here, hardware layout, no problem, part list, this is what I have, one cable, and that's it. And then we can open, I usually go here and open the wiki. The wiki is a great place where we can go deep on the sensors. And I am not a fan of documentation. I don't read a lot of documentation, but I go here a lot to try to understand what we have. And yes, we have the hardware overview. We have the pinouts overview, which I like it because I was taking a look here in the train, and I realized that I have three buttons here. They are super small, somewhere there, but we have kind of a bootable button, then we have a user button on the side, then we have a reset button. It also have a 6-axis accelerometer, I think this is it. And then we have the chip, the flash, the boot button, and then we have here on the back, and here on the front, we have the small camera. So hey, it's kind of nice, it's kind of powerful, I like it. Again, I don't read the documentation, but it's nice to have this. And then on the back, we have the camera connector, the chip, and everything else. So getting started. This is the place that I want to do. Yes, 10 minutes with the stuff that I want to do. What I need, I have group vision sensor. Yes, check. Windows PC. Yes, I have my Win 11 Labs PC. Jose Silva is asking, sorry, I am taking the comments right now. It's asking, Bruno, I need to buy the GPU to train some models. Which criteria to use memory from GPU? Oh, that's a great question. And also an example, 12 or 24 or 10 gigabytes. I really don't know. I'm going to be completely honest. I bought a powerful, I think it was a 12 or 16 a couple of years ago, super expensive to use at home to train my models. And at the end, I realized that I finished training everything on the cloud. So I have kind of a decent one at home to train the models. But then when I need to go big, I am quoting big, it's all depending on the context, I use the cloud. So I don't know. If you are planning to do everything on your own, if you are planning to do everything at home, go big. But also go big usually means a lot of money, you need to spend a lot of money there. So I don't know, maybe for testing or fine-tuning kind of a labs or the first model, you can do locally. This is how I work. Probably not. I don't know if it's the best way. And then if you need to do something big, you pick up the notebook. I usually do this with Jupyter notebooks and run the notebook on the cloud, on Azure, and use the Azure resources there. So I don't know, maybe a 12 or 10 or 16 gigabyte GPU, it's good enough. I mean, I trained some stuff here in my laptop. I have my laptop here. I really don't know what is the GPU that I have here. So this is a 16 gigabyte CPU with the shared memory, 6 gigabyte shared. So kind of nice, kind of a 20-something on the top. So I train something here, but again, it's mostly for testing. When I need to do something big, usually with big, I mean with more and more data, I go to the cloud. There are some numbers there that you need to define if you want to do your full spec. I don't know, if you're going to train only one time, probably the cloud is your space. If you're going to train a lot of time, maybe it's better for you to use a local GPU and go from there. So it's super open. Let me know, Jose, how you manage this, what is your device, but something around bigger than 10 is probably good enough to do something locally. More data probably mean going to the cloud. I'm sorry about the small there. Hey, 6 gigabytes. That's basically what I have here in my PC. I'm sorry, what I used to have in my PC, and it was good enough. I get a bigger one and literally never use them. I still that the 6 gigabyte was still good for that. And hey, thanks for the feedback. So hey, going back here. So as I said, I have the sensor, I have my PC, I have the cable. I need to train a couple of models, customized training model. I am not going to do this. I don't want to customize my model, but I am going to download this. So basically, this is going to download the UF2 file. Usually, the UF2 files are kind of images that you can drag and drop on devices, and they're going to basically flash the firmware. So I'm guessing that there is a tutorial to customize the YOLO V5, which I like it. And in the meantime, let me open Explorer and go here. Downloads. Wait a second, I need to clean something here. Folder. Alt. And all of this is going to go to the alt. There it is. So I downloaded the UF2 file here. Here I have it. I open here the tutorial to train my own model. Not going to do this right now, but it's nice to see that the YOLO 5, I can't remember how many classes you have by default in YOLO 5, but it's kind of good, fine. So this is, hey, I can open this in Google Colab and train it. Not going to do this. So as I said, as the documentation said, not myself, we have a UF2 file. Yes, UF2 file. And we need to connect this with the camera. So I am going to pick up my cable, and I am going to connect this. Just literally connecting this. And OK, once I connect this, I have a pop-up here. Let's see the pop-up. Says groove. Oh, this is cool. Somehow, when I connected this, it's detected this as a groove AI. So let's see the device manager. Again, this is not part of the documentation, but this is my process. I want to figure out here. OK, so it's connected as USB serial device in port COM3. That's kind of nice. And if I click this, it's navigating to files in the Studio Groove AI Vision Index. Go for connect. OK, Groove AI, connect. And I don't know what this is doing, but because we are kind of, I am not a JavaScript expert. I am not an expert here, but let's take a look at the code here. So we have a body with an image and a div with a class for the connection and a class with the viewer. OK, nothing fancy here. A couple of canvas, a QR canvas, and the spinner. OK, let's go to the head and try to figure out what is happening. OK, there it is. So we have a serial.js file. We have an application.js file. OK, let's go to sources. And again, I am not a JavaScript expert. I only know JavaScript as a user. But it seems that here we have? The event listener for the to a couple of converters. So this is kind of nice. It seems that it's kind of, but I don't know how it's connected to the status, display, port on receive. Okay. Okay, start point there, catch, perfect. Port, disconnect, button, connect, serial request port. Okay, it seems that there is something here. Let's take a look at the other file, the serial file. Oh, this is cool. Seems to be open the ports from the local device. Okay, so when I click here in connect, this is basically browsing my local connected devices and try to connect the devices here. This is cool. If I connect the USB, if I connect also the YOLO terminal, my guess is, oh, sorry, I disconnected this one. Let's connect this one again. Leave it here. And if I connect the YOLO terminal, let me pick up other cable. And hey, this is not part of the documentation, but it's nice to see that we have some JavaScript code that we can use here. So I'm going to connect now the YOLO terminal, disconnected, turn it on. So I have both devices connected. If I go back to the device manager, where is my device manager? There it is. I should have comms port. Yes, there it is. So there are two devices connected. So this page now, because I'm guessing that this piece of code is navigating the serial ports. So when I click connect, oh, there it is. Hey, I didn't even know that we can do this kind of stuff, super cool stuff in JavaScript. I am going to stick to Python and C++, but there is something here, and I will love to test it. So, hey, it's basically browsing the devices, but it didn't get here, get ports, serial ports, connect. So if I go for connect, it should get here. And then what we have, disconnect, also fine, kind of nice, and then send. So if I go for connect and go AI, okay, so we are debugging right now, debugging, and oh, I can't remember I think it's F10, I hope it, okay, yes, airport, yes, device open, connect, done. Okay, so it's trying to get the interfaces of the element. So we have alternates here. I hope that we have one. Let's go for this. Okay, no one. Hey, this is cool. Create loop. Let's run this. Somehow it's not reading anything. My guess is in the main section here, in the main square, we should get the camera. We should get the camera view or something. It's not working right now. We may need to use a model, drag a model or something. But hey, this is kind of nice. This is kind of it's nice to see that we have this URL that I am going to highlight here. So we have files, Seeedstudio, Groove AI, AI Vision, index.html, kind of something nice. You plug the device here, and there it is. You can browse this one. So, hey, cool. I'm going to close it just in case. So going back here to the tutorial, right now the tutorial asks me to connect the model to a host PC with a Type-C cable and double-click boot button on the model. So I have a Type-C cable, double-click the boot button. So if I press this one 2 times, I should get a new disk here. Oh, there it is. So, okay, so I have a new disk. So if I go back to my Explorer, let's open a new one in which okay, we have a new one. So let's go here, go to DPC. I have here both disks, my main disk and the Groove AI. I like it. And probably what I need to do, I need to drag and drop the Groove AI camera V10000 whatever to the disk. So here, let's minimize this. Let's minimize this. Let's close this one. And I have here my UFT, so drag and drop to the place. Let's use super cool feature that you have in Windows 11. If you press Windows C, you have this menu that you see here. So I will say, I want the layout for 1. I want to place this one in 1. I want to place this one in 2. Already arranging something like this. So I'm going to drag and drop this one here. It's copying. Also, the LEDs are blinking. Blink, I don't know if we can see it here, are blinking a lot. So they are copying this kind of fine. I like it. Okay, and we have Groove AI detected. So it's copy, kind of resetted. Oh, sorry, it's open in a new window. So let me go back here to this one and Control-Shift-T, there it is, Control-F5, and disconnect, connect again, Groove AI. Okay, somehow I was expecting to see the camera here. I think this is it, but let's see what else we have. I think we are halfway of the. Okay, so the module in Flash is working, the process is going, so after everything, the process of building, the building is disappear. So the Flash was speeding, that's fine. The process is going after disappear, the process, okay, so we are here. So, okay, now we have some coding. This is the interesting part. This is the one that I like. In the meantime, does this make sense? Any questions? Do you want to see more like this? I'm not sure if I'm going to make anything today. We only have half more hour, but hey, this is how I started to do things. And I think that, hey, maybe someone likes to see this in real time. Okay, so we have Arduino here. Perfect. Let's download the library. There it is, example, what we have here. We have a DS store, and we have an INO file. INO files are INO files are C files that we use in Arduino. So this is kind of nice. This is kind of cool. I like it. And before doing this in an Arduino, let's take a look here. The idea is that it's going to use a seed Arduino Groove H header, somewhere probably here, a wire here, yes, because it's going to be connected with the cable. Then it's going to create a new Groove AI using wire. It's probably a constant here. We have a state, and it's going to initialize the wire, initialize the serial port. AI begin the model. So this is kind of, okay, initialize a model. We are going to read some, I think this is kind of algo. Algo is nice because it's probably algorithm, but in Spanish, algo is something. So it's going to be super fun to see algo, something of the detection, something this. So model, confidence, AI confidence. Okay, I like it. Then if it's not working, verify it. And in the loop, okay, and in the loop, it seems that it's going to invoke this, which I'm guessing that is going to try to read the camera, pick up the frame, do the analysis, and try to do the magic of machine learning, get the result. Okay, how many people was detected? Kind of nice. So get the result, and then serial printing, kind of time. The time consuming, okay. Kind of nice to see. I don't understand how it do this. Where is tick? Tick. Oh, tick at the beginning. Okay, so it's going to do the process. Kind of a start time is going to be tick, and then here we have start time minus. Now we have the how. Okay, we can check how fast is the face detection, how many people detection, and then we have here kind of the full screen, the full stuff. Confidence. Okay, we'll tell how many people, and we also have the confidence about this, and or nothing detected, and we also have an invoke failed for whatever reason. Okay, that's fine. So let's try to use this. So I am not going to use Arduino. I'm going to download this as a zip. What I use is I'm going to use an extension which is called which is called Platform IO for Visual Studio Code, which is for working with devices. But I like that one more than the Arduino IDE because it's in Visual Studio Code, so we have everything that we like and love for Visual Studio Code is already there. So here, let's create a new folder. Let's do Reactor, Groove, AI. Let's open this with code. It's going to take some time probably. I hope I don't have any updates here. No. So Groove AI. Let's close all of these files. Why I have this one open? This one is the one that I want. Okay, perfect. I don't need the other one. Let's close this one. Perfect. Don't say. So I have this, and as I mentioned, I am using this extension. I have it here. It's going to load anytime soon. It's probably still loading the extensions, yes. Extensions. Platform IO, IDE. I strongly advise if you are using if you are doing development with devices and you like Visual Studio Code, this is a great way. This is a great tool that you can have the most of worlds working with this. So I have this installed. It's kind of nice. I don't know where it is. I have this usually in my second part. There it is. So what I'm going to do, open the home version. There it is. And I'm going to create a new project. Let's name this Reactor Groove AI 01. Cool fact here, cool info. We have plenty Platform AI. They support a lot of devices, and I love because they also support the Wii terminal. So I have my Wii terminal, and I'm going to save this in source Reactor. Let me add this into the Reactor Groove AI. So once I create the project, I am going to have a full structure here of files and code that I can use. Take some time. Let's hide this one. This is our project, and if you are familiar with Arduino development, you see probably here that we have libraries, we have include, we have source, and we can even have test here that we can do. And this is also super important file, which is the platform io.ini, where we can see and define specifics about for a project. By the way, let me know if the font is good enough or you need bigger font to read the code, and I will try to do my best. So here, main CPP. So this is kind of, let me do this a little bigger. Come on, zoom. So it's not working. Sorry about that. Yes, I am doing the zoom in, zoom out. So this is a standard Arduino file where you have basically two lines to use here. You have the setup, that is a routine that is going to be run one time, and then you have the loop that is going to run all the time until we run out of power. So if I build this, if I go F1 platform IO build, first time is going to take some time because it's going to download the necessary libraries for building this for the Wii terminal. And hey, I can even right now deploy something to the Wii terminal so you can take a look of, while it's working, you can take a look of the advantage of the Groove. So I have here a super simple LED. So nothing fancy, it's just a LED, but it's Groove. So I'm only going to connect this using the Groove connector. there it is, it's connected. And I am going to write some simple code here to make the LED blink. So, okay, it's built, that's fine, I like it, super fast. Let's close this. And I can't remember how to make a LED blink with Seeedstudio, but what I like about this is that if I go back and open here the wiki, and I go for Groove LED, Groove LED, oh, no, not the button, Groove LED, Red LED, I think this is the one that I have, this is mine. I like here that, again, as I see before, you have platform, you have documentation, a lot of stuff, and we have here support for Arduino and Raspberry Pi. And in Arduino, I need to connect this to one of these. And okay, so in the setup, we are going to do super simple code. I can't remember which pin I am using right now. Oh, sorry. But the idea here is that we are going to open a pin, and then we are going to write high, low, high, low. I don't know the pin number for the YOLO terminal. So YOLO terminal, let's go to the wiki. So somewhere here on the YOLO terminal. And by the way, I'm not doing this right now because mostly speaking about this, but when I do this process of trying to do something, I also have a OneNote here on the side, and I am dropping every link, everything that I found, I drop the link there to make it work, to have notes for later. So the YOLO terminal has plenty of tutorial samples and more. They are great. But let's try to find some hello world code here to use a groove connector. So resetting the YOLO terminal, that's fine. I don't need that one. Not that one, not that one. There is a full set of tutorials that you can read, that you can see here doing something. Let me go. Hey, no. Okay, let's go for YOLO terminal, groove, LED. So let's see if we can get it started. No. Hey, I did that. I did this. So let me see. In my github.com, I just remember that photo was kind of mine. If I go to my repositories, Google Vision AI module, no, this is this one, Azure API bots, Reactor, Cam demos, Love and Azure. Okay, in the feeder that I created, the feeder is basically, I have here, as you can see, I have the YOLO terminal using to work a door. So let me go to the code. So let's go to the code. And here in my source code, somewhere here in the main CPP, I should open one of the ports. So main app, serial begin. So serial begin. And by the way, I always do the serial begin. And then I do kind of a while. Where is, do I have copilots working? Check for serial state. Perfect. So depending, sometimes with the YOLO terminal and the serial is the connection that we have with the device, sometimes it takes some time to basically enable the serial. I don't know why it's doing this on my machine, on the Surface Book. On my personal PC, it's super fast, but here sometimes, so I need to do this while. Once I have this, okay, so serial print, hello world from Reactor and Seeedstudio. So let's do this to check that the serial is working. And here I have, okay, servo attach DO. So I think Okay, and the ultrasonic, where is the ultrasonic? Ultrasonic Ranger is another file that I use here. Servo, TFT, servo, free fonts, main. I'm missing something here. Okay, so, okay, perfect. This is what I want. Basically, this constant pin wire CL is a sensor connected to the left group port. I am that simple. This is the left one, the right one, so that's my node to remember this. So if I do this, if I copy this, let's copy this, somehow it's not copying. So if I copy this, instead of doing this output, what I am going to have here is a super simple program for the YOLO terminal, for any Arduino, that is going to, at the beginning, open the serial port, and is going to do some printing, is going to open one of the pin modes in output, so we know that we can send energy in that pin, and in the loop, we are going to turn on the LED and turn off the LED. So let's do serial print, turn on, and yes, I know this is the worst program ever, serial print turn off, so let's build this again. Couple of seconds until it builds, should be faster now. And now what I need to do, I need to deploy this. So I go here to the platform IO panel, and I have upload and monitor. Upload and monitor is going to, as the name says, it's going to build again. It's already built, and it's going to deploy this to my device. So quickly there, it's copying, it's already copied, turn off, and it's not working. And try to see if I get the LED. I don't know if you can see it there. It's super slow blinking, but hey, that's kind of the idea. It's doing a turn on, turn off. I don't see that the camera is showing it can show it, but that's kind of how it works. It's basically blinking a LED. Sorry about this. This is kind of the saddest, the most easy hello world that we can do in Arduino. But hey, that's it. But if I go back here, in the Reactor Groove AI, Reactor Groove AI 1, I just download the full repo. I came here and download this repo with an example. So when we are working with Platform IO, one way that we can do these kind of things is, yes, there it is. We can embed here, we can copy everything to our lib folder. So if I go back here to my project, I open my lib folder, I will have the seed groove vision, I will have all of the libraries here, and I have access right now to the Groove AI files that are going to help me work with the Groove AI camera. So going back here, hoping for the best, I can start to copy and paste the code for an example. So if I go back here, download the library, there is an option here to reset the firmware. Okay. Why do we need to do this? Okay. And right now it's kind of browsing. And okay, so it's kind of, if you want to reset this to a factory state, you do these steps and then you copy again your model. Okay, that makes sense. Then we have a small ABCs about how you can do. So you can do object detection, object count, or image classification. Super cool. So that's the algorithm. And then depending on the firmware, this is probably related to how you train your model. You have index 1, index 2. Okay, perfect. Then you have, okay, this is code. I read this. library installation. Okay, I've done this. I'm not using the Arduino IDE. I'm using the, by the way, if you want to do this with the Arduino IDE, it's super similar. It's kind of the same. Right now for me, I am using the platform IO. Same with upgrading. This is okay. And then it's using a Seeedstudio. Okay, Seeedstudio, Seeedstudio, perfect. Very similar. You can see here what I mentioned, that they connected this to a Seeedstudio with a Groove connector. We avoid a lot of wiring. I like this, avoiding wiring. Then, okay. So there are different examples for different platforms. Okay, okay, no, this is uploading code, and give me the code. So we'll detect human faces, right? Seeedstudio website to display the modules in. Oh, there it is. So this is what we have. No, I don't have the device connected, no problem. And now this is going to use, okay, this is the code that we want, which is very similar to the previous one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start to copy some code here in the demo that we have working. And let's build it, just double case, to see if I added the right libraries. So it's adding the Groove Vision module, so the library is fine. This is a way to do this. By the way, if you use Platform IO, I copy the libraries to the source code, but you can even add external libraries, kind of a reference or a package, which also works. First time, it's taking some time. Great time to drink some water. It's not even half time. It was faster than expected. I like it. Let's close it. And it's creating this wire. Cool thing here, if I go to the definition, there it is. So they already include where Arduino, why, perfect. Using Groove AI, let's take a look at Groove AI. This is using the wire, perfect, okay. Okay, so it's creating a wire, and then it's also have a state. Okay, what is doing after? So initialize the wire, initialize the serial port. It's doing a couple of things. So after this, I am going to leave this one here. I'm not going to use that one there. And I am going to initialize the wire. I am going to initialize the serial. So begin, okay, and it's going to do object detection and print some information there. Otherwise, print algo filet, that's fine. Let's build this again, just in case, to see if I am missing something. In the meantime, thanks, Alexia. Yes, we just share a link for our survey to see if you like the event, not like the event. There you have the survey. Then you also have a code, event code. Let us know if you are happy or fine or more doing these type of sessions. I would love to see how we work. So there it is. We have all of this. I want to close the terminal. There it is. Close it. Let's copy the final piece of code in the loop, which is doing a lot of stuff. It's doing the full analysis. So let's copy and format. So we have everything here. One more time, building. And in the meantime, I'm going to change this, and I am going to connect the camera to my Wii terminal and connect the power also to the Wii terminal. So there it is. And what I need to do now, sorry, kill terminal, perfect. What I need to do now, I need to deploy this. So let's upload and monitor. And I connected the devices there. It's kind of tricky to see. Okay, now I may have a problem here if it's trying to deploy this to Okay, because I have two devices connected right now, and it's not showing anything here. So it's probably trying to deploy this to the long story short, here I have two COM devices. I have the COM3 and the COM8, and one of these is the Wii terminal, the other is the camera. So let me unplug this. So I unplug the camera. So COM8 is the camera, and yes, and here it's tried to deploy to COM3. So okay, let's clean all. And I can't remember how do I change the. Perfect. So it's cleaning. Perfect. And let's do a build of everything one more time. And I will open the monitor in COM8. So COM8 is the Wii terminal. Just recapping what I am doing here, I am trying to deploy this using one of my USB to the Wii terminal to see if we can get some information from the camera, some detecting people or detecting bodies. But I have two devices connected, both are recognized as COM devices. As we can see, USB serial device in the COM10 and COM8. COM8 is the one that we want to use. So let's upload and monitor to the Wii terminal, hoping that it's going to use the COM8. Otherwise, I need to figure out how to do this. And I only have 5 more minutes. Okay, COM8, there it is. Okay, so something is happening here. Libraries are there, beginning, algo begin file. So somehow it's not working. Of course, this is the first demo. It's not going to work. And it seems that it couldn't initialize here. It is connected. Yes, it is connected in the right one. It seems that I have everything here. I have my lights here. You can see the lights. Yes, as far as I understand of the documentation, the lights are working there. And I see that it's changed the state to 1 when the algo is working. So let's fake this. Let's try to, even if it's not initialized, if we try to do something in the loop, let's see what is going to do. So let's go back here, put this one there. Okay, so I'll go initialize it, and here should start to try to do something. Okay, it's not doing anything, probably. Okay, in each one of the loops, let's do a serial print. Loop, one more time. And hey, I didn't spend time working with the firmware. Okay. Okay, there is something here happening. Not working at all, because it's always saying that something is happening, but it's not detecting people. Okay, let's kill this and read a little more about the documentation. But there is something here. I am getting close to have something. Okay, so go back to the documentation. Oh, there is something here. Okay, so open the serial monitor, the baud rate. So, hey, I should have access in the website to the camera. Somehow I'm not having access to the camera, and then I have access here to the detecting and calculating the confidence. Okay, so let's take a look at the resetting firmware part. I went directly to the code. Again, this is my personal way to learn. Don't do this at home. Read the documentation and follow the steps. But maybe I need to do some firmware updates or something. So download the firmware. Okay, this is a bin file. Important here, usually firmware is .bin, not .uf2, so that makes sense. Then download this. Okay, this is an app. Let's see here, go back to the download. Let's extract this. Also, it's using a RAR, super weird. And we have here an executable. Okay, double click, going wild, not even checking. Let's hope for the best. Okay, it's running, great. And this is saying that select BL702. So here, chip, okay, perfect. Select this one. Then view, choose MCU. Okay, this is a big app. Let me see if I can maximize this. Yes. So view, MCU. What do we have here? Interface, flash. Okay. It seems that it's shipped from the developer desktop, the developer that created the documentation, but you can see here that some kind of in the saved settings, we have the name of the developer, which is kind of nice, but let's take a look here. So browse firmware browse to the firmware that we download. That makes sense. So let's go here to download, and I have my Groove bin file, then Python, Windows CMD, Play Sound and Serial. I have both of them installed, yes. So I need to disconnect the YOLO terminal, perfect, disconnected, and then hold the boot button connected to the PC. Okay, so in order to start in this mode, I am also going to remove I need to disconnect this from the PC, press the boot button, and then connect it to the PC. Once it's connected and I leave it, I will leave it here. Okay, I have two LEDs on the back blinking, that's fine. Yes, I need to have two LEDs, so we are fine there. Sorry about the camera and the focus, but we are fine there. So I need to go here and refresh. Okay, it's connected in COM6 right now, yes. And open URT and close Pro. So now is the moment that I may have a brick. So open URT, okay, COM6 success, and create program. Let's take a look at this. Okay, success, something happening. I love green success messages. Let's go back to the documentation and see what I should expect here. I expect the success. Okay, so now if I disconnect the device and connect the device again, I will have, okay, again, the file is here, it's recognized, still not working. I'm guessing that what is not working is the model that I am deploying here, and drag the firmware to the disk. So I am downloading again the UF2 file, the module flash in speed, okay. Okay, so I will do basically the same that we did before. So let's go up here. I have the new one. It's probably the same files, this PC. 103, 103, 103, perfect. So if I double click the boot button here, I should get a new disk here. It's going into boot mode. There it is. And drag and drop this one to this one. Okay, it's copying. Perfect. So detected Groove AI again. Open this one. Connect to Groove AI, pirate. And hey, I don't have the camera. Maybe if I test this with another browser. New private window for Firefox. Never show. So if I connect this, no, Firefox is not even running the, not even showing the message. And I don't have any browser here. Let me do one more test just in case. Private window. It's weird because it seems that this get connected. Okay, so probably it's been used here. So let's double check. Okay, so I may be doing all of this with the browser open, already connected to the device. Okay, I need to clean my I need to clean my ideas. There is something here. I need to get to this point. I need to get to the there it is, to the point that I can do this. But I'm guessing that because I have the browser open with the device a couple of times, I may have the device blocked and locked in one place. So that's why I couldn't use in the other. We are on time. I want to be sensitive on time. We have more stuff to do. But hey, this was one of the idea. The idea and learning about this, I will try to do. If you are okay, I will try to do more. Probably to close this one to try to have this up and running. As I said, this is a super cool device. It's not as a camera. It will run machine learning models here, there, which is super, super cool. So I will try to figure this out and do a next session showing how I figured this out. And hey, my God, times fly. We literally did 1 hour of coding and opening and everything else. And it was, for me, it was super fun. So thanks a lot. Let me share, where is my screen? There it is. Let me share again and invite you to complete the survey. And see you in next one. Join us follow us in YouTube, follow us in our main webpage, and also follow us on Twitter. And hey, see you next one. Goodbye.